again, YouTube. This is my almost 9-month review. So what, I guess about 1 week shy of 9 months. I don't really have anything to add to my review from previously. They're still a good company, you know. They give you clothes, like my Schneider shirt. I got 2 of those after 6 months. And after a year, you get more points to spend in the store. My understanding is you also get a free pair of boots every year. You have to do a 3-month, your first 90 days, you have to do a retest. It's basically a ride along, shows you know how to do stuff. As long as you haven't screwed up in the past on driving and all, then you're good to go, really. I mean, they'll drive you around and say, all right. And if they see any problems, then they'll point them out to you. 1 year, every year is the same as well. They have added some fees into, well, I'm not going to go into the IC side because I'm not an IC yet, so I can't explain everything they do over there. But I have seen some questions on Facebook in regards to things that people want to know what they should have. So this is, let's see if we can get it on here. Oh, it's gone away again. This is some of the apps you should have on your, well, you don't need them, but they help with everything from trip planning to weather. You got Trucker Path, which there are different grades of it. You know, you can upgrade to buy like parking predictions for truck stops. And there's an even higher upgrade that will give you trip planning. I don't use that one because I have a GPS. I have a Rand McNally. It works very well. Rand McNally and Jill, which is the Schneider navigation system, one or the other work in conjunction. Always remember you have an atlas too that will actually get you where you're going as well. The reason I picked the Rand McNally is because supposedly it had more than the Garmin did. I can't verify that because I'm not wasting another $300 or $400 on a Garmin as well. But the Rand McNally has mom and pop truck stops as well as multiple other locations like Walmarts and, I don't know, grocery stores, anything you can think of. And it has a car setting and a truck setting, and you can put your truck weight in. You can make it to where it's always loaded, or it'll ask you, are you loaded or not loaded, and so on. So the loaded and unloaded will actually route you differently depending on your weight, from what I gather. You also should have, now I use this app, it's not necessary. This app's called Big Road. It's an assist for, I use it as an assist for, let me get it focused on there. You can't, there we go, off duty. Daily logs, how many miles is on your odometer, and quick links to your other apps. Now, on the map on the bottom, it'll show you where your location is. Focus. There'll be an actual location on there, like a regular GPS map. It's not on because this is my old phone. It gave me a white screen the other day, and I hate to get rid of the Nexus, but I went and got a Pixel upgraded. So, but it'll tell you. And when you go into, I use it because if my system goes down, I actually have a recording of everywhere I've been. I don't do the notes. There's the only thing to log as to what you've actually done, like pre-trip, post-trip. inspection, scaling, fueling, etc. I don't put those on there. I have my location turned on Google Maps, so I can actually use that if I have to. Like if your system crashes, it's going to there's nothing on here. If you have your thing turned on, it'll tell you where you've been, and if you don't know what you did while you were there, maybe you shouldn't be driving. But it'll have like this at the top. That's you stupid. At the top, it has the log and it has the sleeper berth and off duty, driving, and on duty, and it'll actually show you what you have on there. So if your system goes down and you need 8 days, drop it down on the paper. Do not use this. This is a violation. If you get pulled over by DOT and you show them this, they're going to ask why you're keeping 2 records. That's a violation. I just use it for a sample, so and to help me keep track of where I'm at. And that's it. I don't use it for anything else. I have the CDL prep app on there. I was using that before I got my CDL for tests and stuff. It helped. It did. It really did. The CAT Weigh My Truck app will open up to this, and it'll determine where you are. And once it gets a GPS lock, it'll determine where you are. And like when you pull into the Pilot or anybody that has a CAT scale, it'll come up and ask you to punch in some information so you don't have to call over on the microphone. Loves is sometimes, well, I've been to one that was actually so fast they got to me before my app even got a chance to open up. So the thing I hate about going inside is you have to have your mileage and a few other things, and you punch it in the app, it's 3 different screens and you're done. You just got to make sure you have your trip number ready and your trailer number. Remember what truck you're in. And that's basically about it. It'll ask you pay $11.50 and you link your card on the app, your Schneider card. I'm sure you could use it for other companies as well and do the same thing. TransFlow Mobile Plus is what we use. There are other companies that use this as well. And when you click on the app, it will come up with this blurry screen. There you go. And when you first get the app, it'll ask you what your mobile code is. Schneider is SCHNM. And I'm sure there's others out there with whatever code they have for their company. I have a Love's Connection app on here. Love's resets their points every month, which sucks from what I've been told, or what I've read. I might be mistaken. Somebody correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I don't really care. We don't get to go to Love's except once in a blue moon when there's nobody else around that can give us gas. Schneider is with Pilot mainly. So we get the Pilot, and you click on the My Pilot app. You can actually link your card. Hello, work now. I said click. Okay. Well, I'm not even showing up, but it'll open up. I'd show it to you, but I can't. So you punch in an email address and a password, and you link your Schneider card in the system in the application. It's easy to find. For fueling, you can use this app. You don't even have to swipe your card. When you pull up at a Pilot, like when you're waiting in line to get there, punch in there on the bottom row. I didn't know this for a while. I just thought it didn't work because I would go to receipts and it said fueling, and then it disappeared, and it was all receipts. At the bottom there's a fuel button, the second icon over, it's grayed out, and you hit it and it goes to the fueling. It says pick a card. You only have one card unless you're unless you put your own card in there, which is kind of stupid. So if you accidentally hit that, you're going to be fueling with your money, and I don't think you got $200, $300, $400, $500 to fill up a tank of diesel with, depending on how much you need. So you click your Schneider card, it will ask you your truck numbers permanently in there. It'll ask you your mileage. It'll have your last mileage that you punched in there. Just change it to whatever mileage you got. And it asks you something else. I don't remember what it was, but I never changed that either. The only thing you got to change is the mileage. And then it'll give you a verification code. You jump out of the vehicle. Well, climb out of the vehicle using 3 points of contact. Do not jump out of the vehicle. Okay? I didn't tell you to do that. If you do, and you fly into a pump and bust your face open, well, you know, that's on you, not me. I'm telling you. 3 points of contact. Don't hurt yourself. Then you punch the code in and hit enter and begin fueling. Yeah, it'll ask you, that's what it is. It'll ask you if you want a cash advance. Now, if you do too many cash advances, Schneider will cut you back. It will ask you what you want. Do you want fuel? Do you want DEF? Or do you want reefer fuel? And it will also ask you, are you going to buy anything in the store? Schneider will not let you get anything from the store. Like, I tried once to get oil because my truck needed oil. I had an old beater and it drank oil, and then it quit drinking oil. It was weird. That's another story though. But yeah, that's it for that app. So that's the Pilot app. There's also rewards in there. Every time you fill up, sometimes the app will give you extra reward points. Around the holidays, they give you bonus points, something like that. They might not do it anymore. It all depends on how they feel. Sometimes companies can be jerks. But there's rewards, like you'll get 2 hot dogs and a drink for, I don't know, whatever. Right now, because their team player won a race, whatever NASCAR race that was that just won, they give you free coffee. I don't know how long it's going to last. I think it's like 3 more days, but I'm getting free coffee. So, and if you, when you use your rewards card, like you get a rewards card, link it to this app. It will give you, you can see how many rewards you have. You get a free coffee after you buy like 5 or 6. I'm about to bring a coffee maker up in my truck, so I don't really care anymore once I'm getting done with this. You get a certain amount of points. You fill up like 1,000 gallons and you get shower power, which is you can shower every day if you want. Some of y'all need to. Trust me, you'll learn. Truck drivers are such pigs. Not all of y'all, I'm just saying. And those of y'all that have seen what I'm talking about, you know what I mean. I mean, I've seen people take a dump in a urinal, alright? So, I'm not going to go anywhere else with this story because I've got other stories and I've only been out here 9 months. I can't stand it. I have one called Doc 411 on here. It is, the only 2 left here are Doc 411, which is that one right there. Well, you can't really see it that well, but there we go. There we go, right there next to Pilot. And it's out of focus again. So Doc 411 and Let's Truck. So Doc 411, I don't use this anymore. I started to use it. It's a great idea. So when you go to a location, other truckers that have been there will put their information in, what dock door you go to, what shipping and receiving, where that door is, and so on, and what time they open, stuff like that. Well, they don't use it, okay? Just use Google, because these guys, it's a great idea. I mean, they'll even have pictures sometimes, but every time I've gone someplace, it's not in there. So I put stuff in, and I put stuff in, and I put I'm sick of putting stuff in. So now I just go to reviews on Google. I leave a review there. And that's about that. I'm sorry about the reflection on these glasses. I got my curtains closed. And I like my privacy. And Let's Truck. Now, this app I love this app. I use it because, I'm going to go IC one day. When you get this app, you can punch in, you create an account on letstruck.com that has different sections that you can use: fuel ups, maintenance, modification, and repair. Every time I fill up, I punch it in. I was doing that for my old truck, and I'm doing it for this truck because when I get my own truck, I want to know how much gas mileage I'm getting. This is a database website. It has multiple trucks. Many people use this app. If you're interested in getting your own and you want to know like certain year models, now admittedly some trucks are going to be more beat up than others. You got to understand it. It's like buying a used car. If you buy a used truck, you don't know what you're getting. Now you got to do a lot of research. You got to do an oil sample and so on and so on. A new truck, you don't know what you're getting. Bolts could be falling off. Yes, I've heard of that happening. So, but the wheel lug nuts weren't tightened to spec and other things because they're mass producing these vehicles. It's just like your cell phones and everything else. They're mass producing so much garbage in this world that everybody's so rushed to make their productivity levels that nothing you got is working right. You can get old 389 and have the same problems, but then you can get one and not have the same problems. So the choice is up to you. Mine is, I'm going to get a new one. I'm going to have to lease it. I don't want to hear your things about leasing. I don't care, okay? I'm going to do it regardless of what you people say, because according to my research at Schneider, it can be done. You just have to have a business mindset. The people that fail at it do not have a business mindset. So if you're not good, like if you've started businesses or if you've managed things or stores or whatever for people, you might not want to get into it because you might not have the wherewithal and mental capacity. I'm not saying that you're stupid. I'm just saying some people are better as company people and some people are better as owners, owner-operators, independent contractors. Some people work better for themselves and some people work better with other people or for other people or with guidance. That being said, if your desire is to go IC, there's an IC page on Facebook, Schneider Owner-Operators. They are very helpful. They will give you whatever advice you need to succeed. Whether you succeed or fail is mainly on you. There's a lot of people on there that have complained, oh, well, they did this, they did that, they stole loads. Yet, everyone that is succeeding, now there are some that are, we got a couple of unicorns in there. These guys know how to make money. They've been, and one of them's only been doing it for a few years. He just paid his truck off. That's where I'm headed. Hopefully. Maybe. Who knows? I'm also trying to start a retail business right now. And I don't know. We'll see about that too. So if you like hippie clothes, hit me up. It's mostly women's stuff. Hobo bags, tie-dyes, stuff like that. I'm working on the website now. I don't know if I'll be able to start it before I get a truck. But, yeah. That's about it. I saw questions about apps, so that's what I was figured I'd do a review on. Other than that, business has been okay. I mean, last week I rolled until Thursday, and then the trip they gave me, bringing me back towards the house on Thursday, took me all the way into Savannah area, and then wasn't deliverable until Friday with international paper. International Paper is one of those accounts where they're probably not going to reschedule for you. You have to be there no more than 30 minutes ahead of schedule and so on. They are very picky. There's a couple others that I've heard about that are just as bad. So, and the week before that was rocking. Was really rocking. Did good. Had a PM on a Tuesday. Drove up to, what was it, Alabama or something like that, Monday. Headed towards Charlotte Tuesday and laid over Tuesday evening. Got my PM done because my load could have been delivered Tuesday and it could have been delivered Wednesday. So there was an open window there. And you'll see that when you start working for us. They have windows either a few hours to a few days. So that week was awesome. A week before that was terrible. But my weeks leading into this year, beginning of this year, were bad because I took a couple of days off for January to go see Grandma, and December was the same. So I had a few bad weeks in there, but average has been, I will say this, running average, and I know it's not good because I used to make more than this before. I used to make more than that before I came here, but my goal is to make more than what I was making before I came here, and I am well on my way to that. So regardless of what happens, even if I don't get my own truck, I won't be here because they don't pay enough. There are other companies that pay more. This is a good starter company, just remember that. They will take care of you though, I'll admit to that. They are pretty good at that. And if you like staying out, you can make money if you stay out. I think I said that before. I don't know. But I'm home every weekend, so that's 2 days off on a weekend. The only problem is the governing at 63 miles an hour. You're limited to the amount of miles you can drive. If you average 57 miles an hour, that's another thing my GPS does to me. It tells me how many miles I average per hour, and I've been doing it since I had it. So the average is, and they tell you to use 57 miles an hour. The average I've had is, I think, is like 56 and a half. And if you can only go 600 miles in a day on 11 hours, you're probably gonna go like 500 max most days. There have been days I've come close to going right at 600. It's rare. Dedicated will get you that. Regional, if you get 1,000-mile trips, when you're doing like the regional where you're out 3 weeks, 4 weeks at a time, you can get that. Regional home on the weekends, probably at $750 a week, $750 to $950 if you're lucky on the $950 parts. I could do it. If the trips were there, I could do it. The trips aren't always there. Like right now, I'm sitting in Atlanta waiting. I got a trip, but it's not. Appointment time is until 8 a.m. I've been there before. Parking's really tight. You get in a door, but you got to park your truck crooked to get in a door. It's a pallet pickup. Unfortunately, it's going to Purdue. Hopefully this really is a drop and hook, because last time I went to Purdue, I had to wait 5 hours or more. I don't remember. It was a long time because the load had shifted. So I'll be sure to strap this one in. Anyway, so yeah, that's where I'm at. I don't know what else to say, and this is rambling on 24 minutes. Seriously? Wow. I can't believe I made a video of the song. I haven't made a lot of videos because I don't have the data to sorry, there's a car on the lot. There's only trucks supposed to be in this line. I'm just, what? I don't make a lot of videos because my data is capped at like 60 gigs, and I'm not paying Verizon or anybody like that because, first of all, you know what? Don't worry about that. None of your business. It doesn't matter. Just know that I'll get these up there when I can. I'm going to keep updating know how it's going. So, but yeah, it's right at 9 months, so 3 more months. I'm gonna look and get going IC, working on my own truck. See how that works. Speaking of that, even of those of you who are not interested in Schneider and are interested in financing your truck, SNI Finance, SNI, they do finance trucks without going through Schneider as an employee, well, an independent contractor. You want to work for this other company, just go to the finance and see what you need. I think they do like $5,000 down or something like that. I don't know. Premiums cost more and so on. Go more into detail on that later on when I know everything and when I know what's going on with what I'm doing in my life. So, long-term goal, I plan on retiring in 10 years. I'm not going to stay. I don't want to keep doing it. I love to drive, but I mean, I should have got in this years ago, because I could have been so much further ahead. But greedy people wouldn't have. I wouldn't have lasted. I didn't have anybody backing me. It helps when you have support from your spouse. I can tell you that right now. I talk too much. I ramble on. Y'all take it easy. Let me know if y'all got any questions. And subscribe, like, all that stuff. Whatever. I mean, if you want to subscribe. If you don't. I can't guarantee I'll be on here forever. I'll update when I can. I'll give a tour of this truck. Maybe one of my next videos. I made one, but it deleted. I'll make another one. I have to wipe it down just a hair. I keep this thing almost spotless, and to me, this is dirty. I hate my truck getting dirty, which is why I hate where I have to park, and then I hate some of the places we have to go. Oh God, I'm rambling again. Y'all take it easy.